out there, she would be. Shortly before the show, Clark released this statement through the Fever's social media account saying that she's so excited for Indiana to host WNBA All-Star this weekend, and that she says she knows that this is going to be the best All-Star yet. But she does go on to say how incredibly sad and, quote, disappointed she will not be able to participate, adding, quote, "I have to rest my body. I'll still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for all of the action. I'm looking forward to helping Sandy coach our team."
Adam Silver just saw the WNBA's biggest revenue driver announce that she'll be missing the All-Star game because of yet another injury. And honestly, the timing couldn't be more brutal. With CBA negotiations already unraveling and lockout rumors starting to spread, Caitlin Clark being absent from the league's biggest spotlight weekend has NBA leadership seriously on edge. And that reaction makes total sense.
I'll leave the specific question about the foul to my colleague, Commissioner Engelbert. I mean, I other than as a fan, obviously, it's nothing new in basketball that there's sort of welcome to the league moments, especially for heralded rookies. But of course, I want to see Caitlin treated fairly.
When your biggest star goes down at the exact moment the entire league is at a turning point, it stops being just a basketball issue. It becomes a full-blown crisis. So, do you think Adam Silver has every reason to be concerned about the way the WNBA is managing its most valuable player during such a critical time? And should he finally get rid of Cathy Engelbert? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
In terms of the comments, in terms of the way the commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, who I've known and I like, the way she has trouble talking about Caitlin Clark, or if she's asked about Caitlin, then she will say, well, Caitlin and Angel. Well, she wasn't asked about Angel, she was asked about Caitlin. This incredible inability to deal with the facts and to state the obvious. It is astounding to me how Cathy Engelbert doesn't come out after the Marina Mabrey hit.
Let's break down why this whole situation is basically a worst-case scenario for the league. On Thursday afternoon, Caitlin Clark officially announced she was withdrawing from the All-Star game. She had already backed out of the three-point contest on Friday, with Lexi Hull stepping in for her after Clark aggravated her right groin injury during Tuesday's game. But what makes this hit even harder is the timing. This isn't happening during some slow, forgettable stretch of the season. It's happening right as league executives are in the middle of negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement, one that could end up deciding whether the WNBA even has a 2026 season at all. Adam Silver has already made it clear that he wants Caitlin Clark to be treated fairly and properly within the league. So when he watches her sit out the WNBA's biggest event because of what many see as questionable injury management, it's not just a matter of concern, it's a major warning sign. And since the NBA financially backs the WNBA, this goes far beyond a simple PR problem for Cathy Engelbert. It's a direct, unmistakable signal from the very top. Clark's injury couldn't have occurred at a more critical time, and now the people responsible need to be held accountable.
Start our show, though, with unfortunate news out of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark announced today that she will miss both the three-point contest and the WNBA All-Star game this upcoming weekend in Indiana after re-aggravating a groin injury in that final minute of Tuesday's win over the Connecticut Sun. Clark had missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final with that groin injury earlier this month, and now will be out for this weekend's festivities, which really stinks for fans, but that if there was any way that she could be out.
Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has utterly failed in safeguarding the league's most marketable and influential player. Veteran sports columnist Christine Brennan hasn't held back, publicly criticizing Engelbert for dodging questions about Caitlin Clark and instead shifting focus to other players, like Angel Reese, even when Clark is the sole subject of inquiry. That's not true leadership, that's just spin, and fans aren't falling for it.
Look, J.C. Sheldon needs CC in the groin.
It was just a weird...
It is not looking good for Caitlin Clark. This was by far the worst ref game. It looked like they wanted Caitlin Clark to be hurt, or they wanted something bad to happen.
This is the very person tasked with driving the league forward, and she can't even say Caitlin Clark's name without changing the subject. It's more than a missed PR chance. It's a complete leadership void. And the data speaks for itself. Since Clark's injury, national WNBA viewership has taken a nosedive. Games featuring the Indiana Fever on national television fell from an average of over 1.8 million viewers to just 847,000 after she went down, a staggering 53% drop. That's millions of dollars vanishing right before their eyes.
The ball handler, there's a grab, there's a hold, there's another grab. I mean,
all of those are
fouls. Every single one of them. And here, that's a foul, and finally they call.
And Engelbert is behaving as if everything in the league is perfectly fine. But how did it come to this point? Let's examine the officiating and management failures that paved the way. Kinesiology expert Dr. Lucas Seifer reports that 141 injuries have already been recorded in the WNBA since opening night, out of just 179 active players across a 44-game season. That's an alarmingly high injury rate. Such numbers should have prompted swift and decisive action from league leadership, yet Engelbert has reacted with all the urgency of a soggy napkin. Officiating has gotten so bad that WNBA legend and broadcaster Rebecca Lobo has had no choice but to call it out live on air. During one game, she highlighted several missed fouls on Caitlin Clark, pointing out, "There's a grab. There's a hold. Another grab. That's a foul. That's a foul." When Hall of Famers are compelled to publicly critique officiating in real time, it's far from a small problem. It's a complete collapse of the league's credibility.
The one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, we work hard on training. We work hard on consistency. Obviously, not every, they're humans. Looking at technology, basketball is a little more complex than tennis, for instance, around technology of officiating. So we're looking at a variety of different dimensions.
And it's not only the media raising concerns. Caitlin Clark's own coach, Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever, has repeatedly spoken out about the officiating fiasco. After several games, she expressed her frustration, saying, "I thought she got fouled. It's pretty egregious what's been happening to us. The disrespect toward our team has been unbelievable." That's not just a coach venting emotions. That's a coach pointing to a systemic failure. And it didn't end there. After Clark endured repeated hits in a game against the Connecticut Sun, White delivered a fiery post-game press conference, sharply criticizing the referees for losing control and condemning the league for its persistent inaction. She spoke without holding back, saying,
"I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. A minus 31 free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing."
In short, this isn't a new problem. It's a long-standing issue that has been ignored year after year under Cathy Engelbert's leadership. While the league has grown in both popularity and relevance, officiating has somehow deteriorated. That's simply unacceptable. And now, the groin injury that has sidelined Caitlin Clark for All-Star Weekend is a direct consequence of these failures: missed calls, unchecked physical play, and a complete absence of league accountability. For example, Marina Mabry shoved Clark to the floor after a dead ball, a blatant act of aggression.
The game is fast now. Things are happening quickly. Everybody's getting better, except the officials. So we got to find a way to remedy it. I mean, you've heard every coach talk about it, so I don't know what the answer is.
Initially, the officials only gave out a technical foul. But after fans exploded in outrage, the league had to escalate it to a flagrant 2. They failed to get it right in real time and only corrected the call after being publicly shamed. Even Clark's brother, Colin, expressed his frustration on social media, holding the officials accountable for their lack of control, something that directly contributed to his sister's injury. Adam Silver is deeply concerned as Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's biggest star, sits out All-Star Weekend due to repeated injuries, exposing massive league mismanagement. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has failed to protect her, while officiating chaos has left players, coaches, and fans frustrated. Clark's absence has already caused viewership and revenue to plummet, highlighting her irreplaceable value to the league. Repeated injuries and poor officiating show systemic failures that could threaten the WNBA's growth and the ongoing CBA talks. Media, family, and fans are calling out the lack of accountability, pushing for urgent reforms. Clark's durability and marketability have historically driven record ratings, yet the league continues to mishandle her safety. Silver's warning is clear: fix officiating, protect your stars, or risk a full collapse.